Anime in itself is becoming much more of a staple in modern society. The amount of traction, momentum, and support that the genre has been receiving has greatly increased within the last 20 years and has become a multi-billion-dollar industry. And I think there's a pretty clear reason as to why that is. Anime offers a much different and vastly unique perspective on the medium of animation compared to its Western counterpart. On a stylistic front, a technical standpoint, and as well in its storytelling. And there is one studio that stands out above a bunch of others that has been able to consistently bring quality storytelling to the table every time. And that studio, my friends, is Studio Ghibli. Anime fan or not, you have probably seen one of their movies advertised at this point. Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Howl's Moving Castle. Critically acclaimed and super successful. And this is where this video is leading into, is the newest release from Studio Ghibli, The Boy and the Heron. Written and directed by the great Hayao Miyazaki. Without giving too much of the story away, this film is heavily influenced by Miyazaki's early life. This film does a very good job of touching upon themes of a coming-of-age story in a world that is marked with a ton of conflict and a lot of loss. The story takes place near the end of World War II and is told through the eyes of a boy named Mahito Maki. Mahito, still trying to come to terms with the death of his mother, after she passes away in a hospital fire. Mahito's father, who is an air munitions factory owner, ends up remarrying Mahito's mother's younger sister, struggling to come to terms with the changes in his family dynamic and processing the grief because of his mother's passing. The adventure really begins when he comes across the gray heron in his new home. And in traditional Studio Ghibli fashion, you are in for a wild and whimsical adventure full of beautiful animation, wonderful imagery, musical scores that touch the heartstrings, and a lot of in-depth and philosophical, thought-provoking storytelling. And Ghibli consistently seems to be one of those studios that, even despite being one of the titans of the animation industry, constantly delivers that better storytelling aspect. Hayao Miyazaki and his team's work is one that is going to stand the test of time. It is the definition of art. Art should be something that evokes something within you, an emotion, something that resonates with you on a deeper, higher level. I feel strongly that if it hasn't already, anime will take over the Western animation industry in this aspect. And you're already beginning to see it happen. Companies like Disney are losing greatly currently. Studio Ghibli's doing what Disney is currently not. It's absolutely incredible and wild to me that the Walt Disney Company and Studio Ghibli have the extensive amount of history that they have. I will be sure to leave a link in the description below to that article. That could be an entire video in itself. I think there's such a stigma around anime, and some of it can be bizarre. Do not get me wrong. There are some very bizarre animes out there. But with that being said, there is also a lot of very high quality storytelling that gets missed out on because of the stigma around the medium. In a world where it seems to be much more difficult to find high quality art and storytelling, I do encourage you there, dear viewer, to broaden your horizons to something new and exciting. Animation is definitely not just for kids. There is an ever-growing catalog of good, high-quality content that is geared towards a more mature audience. You work hard for your money there, dear viewer, and in a world where it is becoming consistently harder to find value in the product that you are buying into, the best thing that we can do is be able to support the mediums and the storytellers that are providing high quality value to you. And with that being said, I truly hope that I've been bringing high value content to you as well. If you have been following the channel in the short term or the long term, I do hope that I have earned your ongoing and continued support as the channel is growing here. Because without you, there is no Catching the Rift and Rift Productions. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff that helps the channel grow. It means a lot to me, and it will make a huge difference in being able to make this my full-time endeavor one day. If this is your first time tuning into one of my recordings, thank you very much for being here. And if you've been supporting the content for a little while now, I can't thank you enough again. Till the next time, everybody, stay well, stay safe, and I'll catch you on the flip side of the rift.